Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel and welcome to Tag Tuesday. And it's hashtag Tuesday because this is an open collab where everyone is welcome to participate. If you'd like to make a tag video, if you'd like to make some tags and make them on a Tuesday or post your video on a Tuesday, just use the hashtag. You let me know. I'll add you to my participant list. Add my video link to your description box and you will be all set. Just make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and if I'm not subscribed to your channel, I will pop over and subscribe. So just let me know though, so I know that you're new, and I have a little something to remind me to go over there and pop over and subscribe to your channel. So today I was getting ready to make some fabric tags, and I turned on my YouTube as I was crafting off video, and there was what came up was in first of my videos on my TV on YouTube was a video from Jessica at Paper Terrace. And she was also making some fabric tags. And I was like, oh, awesome. Let me see what Jessica is doing, right? So anyway, I really like her idea. I've never done it like that. I've made many fabric tags, and I've also made, just last week, made some, on one of my videos, made some fabric bookmarks. So here's a few that I made. I'll show you, and I'm going to show you how I made them. But this Halloween fabric is on the top. I have a little bit of like craft cardstock on the back. This one has as the topper some green eyelash trim. The little one has, and I'll show you why I ended up with some little ones, which I love tiny tags, so no problem here. But yeah, this is a little one with some kind of rust colored eyelash trim. And this one, I don't know if you've been watching my channel for a while, you maybe remember me using a paper bag in the witch journal. You know, I used a paper bag for a page, and I cut off the handles. Well, and I said, I'm going to save these handles because I'm going to do something with them. Well, here's a part of one of the handles here I used on this little tag. And isn't that cute? Pretty adorable, I think. And all I did was to attach this was I cut a piece that I thought, the length that I wanted, and I stapled it on with just my regular, I call this my tiny attacher. It uses the small, tiny staples. It's not Tim Holtz, but it is a tiny attacher that I bought at Tuesday morning. So anyway, I really love this. I have another piece right here for another tag. And in fact, I haven't finished them. These are sewn around. I have a bunch more here that I haven't sewn around yet. So I'm going to sew around these and also use that piece of handle on one of these. And I also think I have another handle hanging out here with my Halloween stuff. So I'll get that one out and use that one too while I'm at it. But that is an idea. Your handles, if you use the bag for crafting, don't throw away your handles. This is one of the little stiff handles, and it's super cute on a tag. So, what I saw Jessica do, and I'll tell you as I go along, and you can see the materials I'm using as I go along too. So, piece of cardstock here. This is cardstock. It's craft colored, as you can see, and then a piece of fabric. So this is another piece of Halloween fabric. I kind of pulled out the ones I used part of in my Halloween journal, so they're kind of like technically scraps, but they're big pieces like this, so I don't really consider them scraps. But anyway, I have used part of them. They were a fat quarter size, and now they're smaller. So what Jessica was doing, which I thought was really an awesome idea, she took a glue stick and just put glue all over, since she was sewing. Now, if you're not sewing, like Jessica said, and I would say the same thing, recommend the same thing, just use a fabric glue that you can Fabri-Tac or fabric fuse or whatever you use to glue down fabric instead of this, because this is not, forever and always type of glue. So, but yeah, it worked. It just worked just now. It stayed tacky enough to let me get glue all over. I'm working kind of quickly so the glue doesn't dry. But yeah, just glue all over, as you can see, and it's purple, so you can see it really well. I have a few of these. I haven't bought any of these particular kind in a while. I've been buying the Craft Bond if I need a glue stick, but I thought, well, why not? This is a good opportunity to use this one up. That's not technically a permanent glue. So I can feel the stickiness all over still, even over here where I started. So then you get your fabric and you're going to put your fabric over here. So I think the only tricky part was getting it flat. You know what I mean? So I'm going to put it right up in this corner, right up to the top here. And yeah, I want it right even with the top if I can do that. And I pretty much determined to do that. So I'm going to do it. Okay, so there we go. And then I want it flat. Let's see, did I put it too far over? I kind of put it too far over. Let me do it again, because the last time I didn't do it. I did it, it was fine, but I had to cut all the way around. If I can get it right up to the top here, like I don't have my selvage edge on here, so I don't have to worry about that. So right up to the top, and I want it right to the side here, so I don't have to cut this off either. So I only have to cut off two sides if I can do this right. Okay, and then kind of smooth it out this way. So you see I'm just smoothing it out. Okay, so this is working out really well, even better than the last one. And then what last one worked out fine. I'm just saying, from doing one, now I know to be careful, because I was kind of having to flatten out some wrinkles and stuff on the first one, which I did, but you know, if you don't have to do that, it would be nice, right? So then I just take some scissors that I use to cut my fabric, turn it over, and cut around this really quickly, because, you know, I'm trying to work within my allotted time, as always, on my camera. So these are pretty sharp scissors, and this time I only have to cut two sides. I'm kind of trying to cut right next to my cardstock, so I don't have to cut more than once here. I'm cutting up in the air because I tried it a couple ways with the last one, and I tried to cut flat on my table, and that didn't work so well. So I found that for me, holding it up like this worked better. I can see my scissors have room to cut. I don't know, it just works better for me. And I would say, you know, you could tear it ahead of time. I thought about that, but it worked out so well last time. I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Like I thought, if it didn't work out, next time I would measure and cut and tear, you know, because I do like the torn, frayed kind of looking edge, but just the last one's worked out so well, so I thought, yeah, I think I'll try this again, try cutting it again. Okay, so there's my extra piece. So I still have all of this to work with, so I'm not even using up all of my fabric here. And, you know, that's kind of the idea. I'm trying to, I have a stack, I'll show you. This is just some of it. Halloween fabric. Isn't it pretty? But it's a lot. I would like to, this is kind of why I bought a lot, so that I can make some tags, because, you know, I love making tags. So you can see what it looks like from this side really well here. Here's a string I'm going to cut off. At this point, I checked to see if I needed to cut any more off the back. It looks pretty straight, and like I said, I don't know if I said it, but it doesn't really have to be perfect. So let me look at it real quick. You can tell from the back if you need to cut anything off, if anything's sticking over. Here's a little piece here I might try to cut. I don't want to take too much time from this though, for this. Okay, that one I got. Here's a couple little pieces here. Maybe it would be nice if they weren't there. Let's cut that one off. And so on my paper cutter that I'm going to use to cut this, I'm going to use a paper cutter to cut this up. And I have just replaced my blade. So my blade is nice and sharp. So when Jessica cut hers, it did not cut through her fabric. It just kind of cut through her cardstock, and then she had to cut with scissors the rest of the way through around each one. But I thought, oh, first I thought, oh, I'm not going to even try it because it's not going to work. But I thought, oh, I just replaced my blade. Maybe it will work. So let's see. So what I did was I measured out. I did a little bit of measuring because I wanted to not waste my paper here, and I didn't want to end up with a weird piece at the end. So what I did was I decided, what is the narrowest that I want my tags? And I decided the narrowest that I want my tags is 2.5 inches. So I just went and made little marks like this, 2.5 inches apart. So that's 2.5 inches, and then 1, 2, this is 2.5 inches. 1, 2, 2.5. This is 2.5 inches. So you can get a lot of tags out of this. Is 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So 1, 2, 2.5 inches, and this is how I ended up with a strip on the end where I made those tiny tags like this. So nothing was wasted. I used every piece of this, you know, paper and fabric here. So then all I did was take it. I have my little lines there, and I cut with my sharp paper cutter. So if you're using this sharp, this might not work for you. You might have to use scissors, or like Jessica did. She cut, and then she could see where to cut because I went part way through, and then she used her scissors. So whatever works for you. But I did this next. And oh, actually I went like 2 or 3 times because I wasn't sure if it was going to cut. So I'll do it again just to make sure. Watch it not work this time. I kind of messed up there. I didn't go through all the way the first, I didn't see, okay, it worked. But anyway, instead of doing it, stopping and starting like I did. But see how nice straight cut there. Okay, so let's do that. 1, 2, 3 more times. And this time, I'm going to do it like I did the last time. I went up and down at least 3 times, maybe 4. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see if 3 works. Yes. Okay, there's another one. And then go to my next mark. Okay. And see, you get a lot of tags this way pretty quickly, don't you? By doing it this way. So I thought that was, when I saw Jessica's idea, I was like, oh my goodness. Because I was literally, I'm not exaggerating. Had my craft cardstock here. I had my fabric. I turned on my TV, and there it was. Just what I needed at the right time. I couldn't believe it, really. Okay, so, okay, I got a little string there. Okay, let me just get that with my scissors. Just a little snip here. There's a little thread there, pretty much. See that? Oh, it kind of fell off. Okay. So then, the same thing. So I just kind of like found the middle of all these little strips, like that. Just a little fold on one side, pretty much. And then put them back through. So you can see, can you see? I'm always cutting on the paper side with the fabric side down in my cutter. Now I stopped and started on that one. I shouldn't have done that, but let's see. There we go. Okay, so yeah, 2 or 3 or 4 times back and forth is what got through the fabric. So let's just go ahead and see if we can finish all of these. Wouldn't that be nice? See, just a quick up and down. I've already got 4 there. Now we're going to cut little angles, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with these. We'll probably just do a couple of these like I did with the other ones, and then I'll finish the rest off video. But just I wanted to show you this idea because it's so like awesome. So awesome. Okay, if you have some fabric, it's pretty simple. Fabric and cardstock, a little topper, and you're done. If you want to sew around, sew around. And then this one, let's see, I think first I just cut it in half this way. I think I actually cut it with my scissors, but I kept on having to snip at it to get it straight. So let's do my paper cutter this time so I don't have to try to get a straight line with my scissors. Believe it or not, I couldn't even get a straight line with that little bit of cutting. So let's make it easier on myself this time. 1, 2, 3. And these are going to be little mini tags. Why not, right? Super cute. And like I said, I use every piece. Pretty cool when you can use every piece of whatever it is and you don't have any scraps. Okay, so then we'll just work on a couple of these bigger ones. Like I said, we'll do the rest. I'll do the rest off video. I just doing this to show you the idea. So here's a couple. These are little cupcakes with, in the icing, there's black sprinkles, and some of them have bats on them. Here's one. See, this one has a bat. This is Halloween fabric, in case you were doubting me, but it is. It was with a little fabric, five or six pack that I got at Walmart. So maybe you have the same fabric if you got it at Walmart too. Okay, so then I just cut my little angles. And then I went and sewed around. So let me cut my angles. Then I'm going to pause and sew around. I'll come back and show you the sewing, and we'll put some toppers on here. All right. Would the orange one look good on here? Wait, where is it? Oh, I think it would look cute on here, wouldn't it? Yeah, we'll put this orange one on one of these too. Okay, I was going to put it on the other one, but this has a lot of orange in it. So, yeah, we'll put it on one of these. I'll show you how I did it. And I'll be right back after I do some sewing. Okay, I am back from sewing, and here's what they look like with the stitches around, just a straight stitch. So I'm going to, let's see, this one has a big orangey cupcake, so let's put the little orange handle on this one. So all I did was just bend it like this, and let's see, yeah, this should work. So, and I just put it behind and took my stapler. Let's see. Hopefully it works as good as it did last time. But I put it on the outside because on the inside it was bending it toward the out this way. And I want it, you know, it was just kind of not putting this in the right position in the back so it would be straight. So I put it on the outside like this. Kind of grab it with my stapler, and I did make sure it was down far enough so that when I bent this one, it would be in the right position, and it looks like it is. So, and I did put it toward the outside, almost to the corners I see. So I'm going to move that over a little bit. Okay, so again, from the outside, staple, grab it, make sure it's in the right place. And I put the front of the staple in the front and the back of the staple in the back so it would look nice. And then just staple down really hard and squeeze really hard, so I can make sure it's going through everything. And you can see it's flat on the front, and it, oops, see, it didn't grab that time. Okay, see, I was afraid of that. Of course it didn't work on video, right? Okay, so let's try that again. Let's try it again. Okay, so I'm going to hold it. Like I said, I was trying it from, yeah, I was trying it from the other side. So this is the right side. Let me just, okay, maybe it wasn't right in the middle. Okay, so I think if the back is in the middle, let me make the front, make sure the front is in the middle, because it's got to wrap around that little handle. So I think it's around it. Let's try it again. Hopefully I'm getting around it. Squeezing hard. Okay. That time it worked. Yeah, it's on there. It's on there. Okay, good. So if at first you don't succeed, try again, just like I did. Okay. So then I took my other side and try to make my handles even in the back like that. And then the front just came out nice as far as how it was shaped. So this time it was kind of leaning, so I shaped it a little bit there. Okay, so now again, I think I'll turn it upside down. It kind of worked better that way, because before I think I had it right side up. So upside down like this to the corner, just about, not quite even with the bottom. This is probably the hardest part of the whole thing, right? Put this little handle on. Okay, and then front in the front, so back in the back, and that's, I'm talking about the staple itself. Okay, grab it. I put the center in the front, the back. Now the center, make sure this front is kind of, you would think that if the back was centered, the front would be centered, but I'm just kind of making sure. And see, I put the staple up near the top on this one, up near the thread. So I'm going to do the same on this one. Okay, let's go for it. See if we succeed the first time on this one. Squeezing hard. And did we do it? Again, nope. Nope. Failure again. Okay, we're going to try it again. I had a feeling it wasn't going to work because I had a feeling, I don't know, at the last second I think it moved or something. Okay, let's do this again. You know I'm determined, right? Okay, so let's get it on there. Okay, now that is centered. I think the key is getting the front centered around, because then you know it's going to wrap around the cord. I know I'm probably holding this a little bit out of camera, but I'm just trying to see what I'm doing here. Okay, so yeah, now I'm paranoid, right? Okay, let's do it. I've got the back, I've got the front. It looks good. Okay, nope, the back is off. Hold on. Let's take it off and try again. I didn't staple yet, it just the back moved or something here. So see, you got to make sure the back and the front are on there. Okay, so the back is centered. The front, maybe the key is just getting the back centered. The front looks good. Okay, I'm going to go for it. Nope. Okay, I think the key is getting the back centered. Because every time I say no, I see my back is off. Okay, I've got the back centered. I'm just going for it. Okay, squeezing hard. That might be the key, is getting the back centered. Yeah, that time it worked. See, I was concentrating. I was making it harder than it was probably by trying to get the back and the front centered. But if you get the back centered, then the front is going to be okay. All right, so there we go. Cute. Okay, that's the two with a little handle. Okay, so and then this one, so we need to add a little topper. On the other one, I did a bow on the big one, so let's see. And I did a green bow, so maybe we'll do an orange bow on this one. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. So all I did was, for the bow, eyelash yarn bow, was take a couple pieces of eyelash yarn, and I snipped, like I didn't leave that in a circle, I snipped it, so I actually had two pieces, and I used my regular hole punch to punch a hole in my little tag. So punch a hole wherever you like. And then, that didn't happen before either. So funny. Okay, so let's see. My hole doesn't look like it went all the way through. Let's try that again. Trying to get it in the same spot. Okay. So what happened before was I had a little piece of fabric that came out. Okay, yeah, it's there. It's a little piece of fabric because it doesn't cut a hole all the way around in your fabric usually. At least mine doesn't. And then I just cut the rest of the fabric off. See, I got a little hole now. And then I just took my, let's see, we're going to tie a bow. So when you tie a bow, if you want to make a loop, you know, like this one, let's see, like this one, you know, you just put your loop in and then loop it around. But this one we're tying a bow. So I'm going to put the ends in here. And let's see if we can get them both in there. And then bring our ends together. Get our ends even. And a lot of times like I say, I don't tie a knot in these type of things because to save room. And they come out fine. And they come out less bulky if you don't tie a knot too. So just tie a little bow without a knot to begin with. And there we go. Make it tight. Oh, just a second. I'm going to grab a tissue. Okay. And let's get it twisted around here where we want it, also hopefully. Let's see. I don't know why it's on the side like that. That never turns out. Mine never turn out on the side like that. That's weird. Okay. Look at that. Okay. You know I'm picky about my bows, and that's not... I don't know why I did that. They never do that. Let's start over. I might just go ahead and do a little loop on this one because I'm running out of time, but you've seen me tie a bow before, and they usually come out going in the right direction. This is one of those days, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, there we go. Got my loop. I can put this around like this, so either you can tie a bow or do this. And there you go. Another pretty cute little tag made with fabric. And this is just a string for my sewing here. Get that cut off. It's kind of bugging me a little bit. Okay. It won't come off. I might have to get it later. Okay. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this idea. Really, the basic idea is what I wanted to show you is that you can make a lot of tags at one time by gluing your fabric down onto your cardstock and then cutting it up like that. That was just awesome, an awesome idea. And I will link Jessica's video. Here's the one of the little ones. And I will link her video below so you can see how she explained it. And, you know, maybe she did something a little bit different than me. So there you go. A fun, fast way to make a bunch of tags. Mask making. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to check out all the participants because they do amazing things. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. See you in my next video. Have a great day.